Welcome to Chainlink Tech Talk number 18. I'm very glad to have everyone here. My name is Michael Imperiale. I'm a solutions architect here at Chainlink Labs. Today, we'll be discussing securing blockchain bridges and wrap Bitcoin with Proof of Reserve, specifically highlighting Swingby and their solution with Proof of Reserve. We're really happy to have Senga, founder of Swingby, join us in providing a deep dive into Swingby and how Chainlink Proof of Reserve provides real-time transparency into Skybridge's reserves. Good morning, Senga. Thank you for joining. How are you doing today?
Hi, Michael. I'm Senga, founder of Swingby. I'm doing well right now. Yeah. Thanks for inviting us today.
Great. Yeah, thank you again for joining us. So before we get started, I'm going to give a quick background on Proof of Reserve to help inform the discussion, what it is, what it does, and why it's important in the current industry. Please feel free to ask questions at any time during the Tech Talk using the Q&A function, and we'll get to those questions later. So the problem is pretty clear with wrap tokens and bridges. With numbers like this, you could see in an increasingly multi-chain world, bridges have been a very constant pain point, netting hackers over $2 billion in stolen funds this year alone. Cross-chain bridges are now being identified as one of the largest security risks in our industry. And remarkably, since August, when these numbers were originally posted, they have already been surpassed by hundreds of millions of dollars. And unfortunately, will likely to continue this trend well after this recording if something's not done. Obviously, this is a problem that we must solve together because it's slowing adoption. Both retail and institutional investors and participants will hesitate to get involved when these massive risks exist. But it's not all bad. Wrap tokens are very important and been very useful for our industry. As a definition, they are on-chain assets pegged to the value of another asset. They've locked a lot of utility across multiple chains. This utility ranges from simply allowing the movement of tokens like Bitcoin from its original blockchain to another. But it also unlocks utility with more advanced applications with added benefits like lower fees or faster speeds. However, a main issue with cross-chain assets or even protocols is that they don't have the ability to witness events on the source chain. This is where Proof of Reserve provides the necessary infrastructure to rapidly fuel the growth of wrapped assets and things like stablecoins in a multi-chain world. Proof of Reserve helps ensure the end-to-end transparency of the DeFi ecosystem. It provides smart contracts with the data needed to calculate the true collateralization of any asset backed by cross-chain and even off-chain reserves. Operated by a decentralized network of oracles, Chainlink Proof of Reserve enables a new standard of autonomous attestations of collateral used with DeFi in real time. Here's a simple animation to demonstrate how it works in a cross-chain use case. So Proof of Reserve leverages the same highly reliable, highly secure decentralized Oracle network that has enabled over $6 trillion in transactional value in DeFi. The decentralized Oracle network, or the DON as it's referred to sometimes, continually monitors reserve balances from a specified data source, in this case, a source blockchain. Then it updates the feed based on either a predetermined deviation threshold or a heartbeat time interval. This simple yet powerful architecture provides real-time attestations for source chain balances on a destination chain, allowing smart contracts on the destination chain to act on that data in real time. Additionally, wrap tokens can add an extra layer of security by using Proof of Reserve Secure Mint that halts the minting or burning functions if the reserves aren't proven sufficient to mint additional tokens. So here we have an example of how this would work. Initially, 100 tokens have been transferred to blockchain A's bridging contract, and there's a proportional amount of wrap tokens that have been minted on blockchain B. A user deposits 10 tokens into the bridge to mint 10 wrap tokens. After a number of confirmations, the Chainlink Proof of Reserve feed on blockchain B updates with the corresponding increase from the source chain reserves. After additional confirmations, the bridge is then able to mint the corresponding 10 tokens to the user address after those reserves have been proven to be collateralized. But on the flip side, Proof of Reserve can also be a circuit breaker for those that are consuming the feeds to prevent exploits, such as here, a source chain exploit. So starting with the same initial state of 100 tokens in the bridging contract and 100 tokens proven on proof of reserve, an exploit occurs resulting in the unauthorized removal of 50 tokens. After waiting a number of confirmations, the Chainlink Proof of Reserve feed on the destination chain updates with the corresponding decrease in those source chain reserves, notifying that those wrap tokens are no longer backed. Also, it helps for destination chain exploits, or otherwise known as infinite mint attacks sometimes. So here, it shows the same setup where initial state of 100 tokens in the bridging contract and 100 wrap tokens. Now, an exploit occurs on the destination chain, resulting in the unwarranted minting of 1,000 wrap tokens. With no proportional increase on the source chain, the Chainlink Proof of Reserve feed will not change, meaning by referencing the Proof of Reserve feed against the token supply, protocols can detect the discrepancy immediately and protect themselves and their users. So as many can see now, Proof of Reserve supports a wide ecosystem. For asset issuers, it provides transparency by creating a new standard by providing ongoing security guarantees of solvency. By integrating Proof of Reserve secure mint, as shown before, issuers cannot mint more tokens than what has been attested to. For DeFi apps and developers, it provides security, ensuring that assets are backed one-to-one at all times, and that you can enable circuit breakers or even dynamic parameters to help ensure unexpected activity does not result in user losses. And lastly, for token holders, it provides a peace of mind and boosts the confidence in the backing of cross-chain tokens, unlocking growth in the DeFi ecosystem. So to bring it home here, Proof of Reserve, building Proof of Reserve provides real-time transparency through trust minimized, reliable, and immutable reports for users, security by preventing systemic failures such as infinite mint attacks and reducing insolvency risk. And a simple way or a simple mental framework to think about Proof of Reserve is that it can act as a 2FA for a token or a protocol. It's building a new standard for off-chain and cross-chain assets based on this user demand for the security and transparency for trust minimized applications. And one of the pioneering dApps for this is Swingby. So let's jump right back into it. Senga, to kick it off, why don't you tell us about yourself, your role at Swingby, and what led you to working in blockchain?
Yes, so I am a founder of Swingby, and Swingby Labs was founded in 2018 in Singapore, and we launched the first product, that is Skybridge, that is cross-chain bridge for BTC and WBTC. Since we launched, totally swapped over 5,000 BTC, and we actually transformed into the DAO style governance from this 2022 February.
Excellent, thank you. And so talked about Bitcoin a lot. Bitcoin is the most popular crypto asset out there. It's the OG. I'm curious, why make it available on Ethereum?
Well, yeah, it's in first idea, we thought just launch WBTC, right? The BTC tokens on the Ethereum network. But there are so many competitors there, looks like Ren BTC and other people. And already there are the solutions for minting the pegged token on the Ethereum network. So we decided to make a bridge that's just one-to-one peg, cross-chain swap, just the execution for the cross-chain swaps, not for minting the just tokens, with trustless using technologies. And we had an idea that is 2019, and that time there are only Ethereum network to able to minting the pegged tokens and building the cross-chain swaps. And we founded that the MPC technology that time. Also, that was a topic was very hot in that computer science community side. and we integrated MPC technology as well.
Excellent. Thank you. So I know there's a lot of different options for wrapped Bitcoin. What makes your bridge different?
Main problem of the WBTC and other centralized the pegged token issue has the huge problem that is a centralized treasury system, and the fast single point of failure that is for minting and redeem their tokens, and to protecting the security incident. So we designed that we removed the centralized custodian model with just making the MPC wallet on our Swingby network. So we don't need to have any other third-party custodians and security partners. Just we have only the MPC wallet, and which is created by our decentralized network. So all Swingby node has each secret share of the just single private key of the MPC wallet, and we designed that all node has to reach a same consensus state to executing each swap execution.
Awesome. And just going into it a little bit more, can you please explain how is the process of moving Bitcoin from its network to Ethereum?
So one example that BTC swap to WBTC, user just sent a BTC into our Skybridge MPC wallet, and Skybridge node just confirm their deposit transactions and signing a swap out WBTC transaction on the Ethereum network. And just there are the threshold of MPC wallet. They has to be reached consensus state. I mean, that is to be agreed, all of nodes, they have to swap this transaction.
Okay. I'm curious, if I want to move back my wrapped Bitcoin to Bitcoin, what is the redemption process like?
Yeah, it's the same way you can just send WBTC to our MPC wallet with a specific amount, and Swingby node also agreed to process the swap BTC out into your BTC wallet. And we already supported the Taproot integration, and the people just received on your decentralized self-custodian wallet itself.
Okay, great. And, we've talked about security and attacks in our industry. How does your protocol protect against a potential 51% attack on the Swingby network?
A Swingby network, actually, we have proof of stake design. That means we need more total value locked. So we are trying to expand more TVL. And because of that, I need to preventing the attack risks to keep running the MPC wallet and running the the resharing the secret keys, secret shares for the MPC wallet.
Okay, cool. Good to know. So next, let's go into the proof of reserve integration. I'm going to bring up some slides, and Senga, it'd be great if you could walk us through how Swingby is using proof of reserve in the code.
Sure. The first design of our implementation of the proof of reserve, that is preventing the risks of our Skybridge security issue. And our implementation has already applied on our current network, which is we called proof of reserve integration version 1. So we have more security layer of our current Skybridge network. So proof of reserve, it would be a new security layer of our network. So, and we already implemented on the Solidity code, and we can just example explaining that. Yeah, the first step of our contract, just set up in the new POR contract on the Chainlink side. And we have interface that POR for WBTC contract. And we already executed on the mainnet just for setup. Next slide, please. Also, yeah, we have actual the amount of how much WBTC the BTC amount on the WBTC network, and POR WBTC it's actually confirmed that how much their BTC is going to be reserved. Also, we called on WBTC contract, they have how much reported their BTC amount on their contract, and we obtained this amount of WBTC and this amount of BTC amount, which is reported by the Chainlink feed, and we executed just for our single epoch on our network, and we confirm that we have proceed that the WBTC is already have enough amount of BTC behind of that.
Great, yeah, and if we move to the next slide here, we can see that in action, I believe. So you can see here how the function is verifying the proof reserve feed, is checking the latest round data and comparing against the total supply. And if it returns true, then we're good to go. And if false, then executes an action. Correct, Senga?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, we have just verified that BTC amount and WBTC amount of our contract. And I will not just calling that function, and we total network agree that the single consensus state for execution.
Thank you for explaining that. I think it's a massive benefit to be able to check against proof of reserve and actually suspend actions like preventing swaps or false minting or any sort of bridging actions unless those reserves have been proven. So thank you for walking us through that. You mentioned that you're using proof of reserve as a way to provide transparency on the Bitcoin bridge, but you also have added extra security. Can you please elaborate on that?
So we have a new the Skybridge version 2. That is a new idea of that proof of reserve integration for Skybridge network. That is a new the idea of that our BTC wallet, just MPC wallet, just verified by the Chainlink POR, which is just the idea of our second implementation of top of our security layer. And it is very important for us because our network also have on-chain security and we have off-chain security. So we need more cover that the layer 2 and the off-chain side security.
Thank you. So I also have some questions on top of that when it comes to security. Why is real-time reserve attestation important. Even in traditional finance, audits aren't done in real time. And why did Swingby decide to integrate Chainlink Proof of Reserve and provide that real-time transparency?
Yes, real-time transparency is quite important for us because single by node and network runs 24/7 and anytime. So we have to suspend functionalities for the bridge if any kind of security incident faced up real time, almost same time. Yeah, otherwise, yeah, we will lose the users' funds, like a poly network hacked, something like.
Yeah. And now that Swingby is using Chainlink Proof of Reserve, what type of new innovation will this transparency enable for the blockchain ecosystem? Do you also have any plans to incorporate new blockchains that you're looking at?
Yeah, we are happy to integrate Chainlink POR brings transparency to our protocol, and it will be able to cover the real-time security layer for the Skybridge. But yeah, I think Chainlink POR will eventually reduce a lot of security risks for all of DeFi services and the cross-chain bridges and other new products and the kind of the layer 1 and layer 2 also the off-chain product. There's so many projects have been hacked every day right now. And so I think that there are so many needs, consumer needs for Chainlink POR, and it would be a best solution for current crypto ecosystem. Yeah, we are currently integrating only WBTC Proof of Reserve as a functionality, and we do have a second plan to use integrated off-chain verification for our BTC and PC wallet, and for each in and out transactions. I hope it will be helping us to be more safe for both our security on-chain and off-chain side.
Thanks. Yeah, I hope so too. So we're going to open it up for questions now. I see the first one in the chat, and Senga, I'll ask you this because it's a pretty interesting question. Do you think EVM compatible chains will eventually hold the majority of the Bitcoin liquidity?
Yeah, that's. I think the proof of work and proof of stake, it is basically compare with this network, but eventually, yes, I think that's its hope.
Interesting. Very cool take. Let me see. Let me find some other questions. Are you considering requiring proof of reserve in Sky pools?
Currently, we have idea of integration for Skybridge, not for Skypool right now. Yeah, if there is a new chance to integrate with Skypools, it is possible. It is would be great, yeah, to consider it.
Okay, all right, that's fair. What advice would you give to the viewers considering integrating Chainlink Proof of Reserve now that we know a little bit more about it?
Chainlink Proof of Reserve has a great document, and it's quite easy to integrate on our contract and other smart contracts. But implement is to build ancillary infrastructure to support the integration. For example, a dashboard to see the current holdings and reserves and other information there.
Yeah, for sure. That transparency from that dashboard is definitely key. Just thinking, what are some things that we could see happen in this space in the next 3 years? Would you like to give us one bold prediction or thought or some alpha?
Well, yeah, I'm not a crypto trader actually, so but I'm interested in the new GameFi area. That would be great. They require open source mind and the people which is joined for the crypto ecosystems. If they have a new chance to involving the crypto space and they hire the crypto developers and new challenge they have, I think the market would be more expanded totally all over crypto space.
Awesome. Yeah, that would definitely be interesting. Folks want to know, where can people learn more about Swingby and stay up to date with your team and what you're doing?
We have a website and Discord. Basically, we have chat on Discord, and please subscribe also Twitter. Also, we announce in the Twitter as well.
Awesome. Definitely everyone should give them a follow on Twitter. I have a similar question to the one earlier that someone's asking. What excites you about the future of the blockchain space?
It's a good question. Yeah, I'm still in over 5 years in crypto space. For me, the key trend on the blockchain space, I have just one theory that is it has been rotated about 2 years each the cycle, and it has also rotated the centralized or decentralized mind. So example that 2015 to 2016, there's so many new blockchains and so many forks on the BTC. That was a hot topic, and it means decentralized context. 2017 to 2018, that was so many ICO. Its context should be a centralized mind. And back to 2019 to 2020, there are so many projects which they would like to resolve the Oracle problem, such as the Chainlink. Also, the cross-chain network they have, and so many projects they have EVM compatible chain that has also the context looks like the decentralized mind. Also, back to 2021 to 2022, the majority stable coins, they are so big right now, and they got so the new customers, and the NFT is very crowded, and so looks like very new context. But the behind of that is basically the centralized context that is, I think. Also, next year, and it looks like 2024, I believe that application specific chain looks like very more popular, and rollups is basically currently the spinning up. Also, decentralized ID looks like very important for identify the user in the inside of the blockchain network. It is very requires for the people wants to keep their value with transparency, but they need privacy as well. I think that hope looks like decentralized context as well. Yeah, I think that this space trend is quite fast, but I also excited that we can, do challenges more before, and anybody can be the CEO, and looks like they just build up their teams and just fund it, and just you have idea, and the people just wants to create a product. Yeah, also I'm excited that the younger people, they have more empowered due to the crypto has changed traditional finance rules. Looks at the funding environment, and there are so many application frameworks, and the people just have a new social network effect. They just tweet it, or they just post it, anything, and people can be involved into the network and involving the community itself. That's a great the future of the crypto, I think.
Oh, no, thank you for such a comprehensive answer. I think it's really amazing, like taking a look back of where we come from, like I said, for the past 5 years, where you're coming from, and just looking towards the future. And yeah, it's really exciting to see, lots of new young teams creating lots of new products, using some of our infrastructure like Proof of Reserve and helping them enable to build bigger and better things. So the final question I have here from the audience, after Bitcoin, are there any other assets that you're looking at for the future?
We may support EDDSA coins such as Aptos. It may be not kind of the EVM compatible chain, because we saw already there are so many competitors for EVM bridges, and including the layer 2, like HOP and the protocols.
Awesome. All right. Well, Senga, I think that's all the questions we have. I want to thank you again for your time and for joining us, doing a deep dive into Swingby and how you're using Proof of Reserve to secure Bitcoin Bridge. I'd like to let everyone know that after this recording, there'll be a quick survey. If you could please fill that out and give us feedback on the tech talk and things you'd like to see in the future. Once again, thank you everyone for joining.
Thank you.